While I was housed with the federal inmates, the dynamic was totally different, and my time as a kid was no more. I learned quite a bit from them, and they put me on the game to a lot of stuff. They taught me a lot, and I learned my respect from them. The hole was right beneath the Fed unit, so the feds were able to talk to those that were in segregation through the vent. So while I was in there, I got to know some of those guys down in the hole, and some of those guys were going to prison and they weren't getting out of the hole. So I was able to form some kind of, bond or connection with them. And one of them was an IBH member who is going down for double homicide, with, more charges stacked on top of that. But, that's not important. I shortly found out that one of the feds was moving some contraband through the female unit to the hole, and it was going to that IBH member. Well, it had to go through the feds unit and through the toilet, So I walked in an inmate's room and I witnessed him taking, his cut. He was taking his payment for what he did, um, because he was afraid that dude wouldn't send him his payment. You know what I mean? Because that's just people are sketchy. You know what I mean? But yeah, people are shady, yo. Don't do drugs. Any, anyways, I walked in and I witnessed him taking his cut. Well, I knew who it was for. So I closed the door and I went back to my cell and I got on the vent and I hollered at dude and I told him, and dude told me to handle it. So, since I'm native and still trying to understand the game, I assumed that I should just listen to him because, it's either him or me. And I definitely ain't trying to let it be me. You know what I mean? During this time, I had a homeboy that was macking on a guard, and I asked him to get her on the mic so that he could distract her so that her eyes were not on the cameras. You know what I mean? While he was on the table, I just went up and slid him. He was writing a letter, and I decided to sneak him. I ran up and I knocked his ass in the face, and he fell off onto the floor. But he got up right away, and I knew instantly that I couldn't stop. You know what I mean? It was kind of intense. So with everything I had, I just kept throwing him. I had to. I couldn't stop. He got up and we were locking like rams until eventually people stepped in and broke it up. After it was over, they told me that that wasn't fair. They wanted me to go catch a fade with him, but uh, tap in for more.